Hello, hello, welcome back or welcome to Soul Whispers with Michelle. This is a soul-led message, which means if it doesn't resonate deep within, if you're fighting the story in any sort of way, or it just doesn't make sense, leave it behind for the soul that it's meant to find. May love hold you, may truth guide you, and may you be released from whatever is not yours. And so it is, my friends. All right. Morning. We're going to see what's blooming for you. I'm still kind of feeling this energy of the summer solstice. And so I just want to see really what's blooming within your energy right now. Okay, we've got a bakery. Okay, this reminds me of the Eight of Pentacles because when you're baking, and especially because she's got all of this stuff, it's like you are putting things together, testing it out. It's basically a skill set. So what seems to be blooming right now is your skill set. Now, let's see what phase this is in. We've got the honeymoon, or this is the lovers. So you're in this stage where there's a deep commitment to this skill set, or I'm saying skill set because it's something that you're mastering. And it can be a mastery over something physical, but it could also be a mastery of other things. A mastery of your emotions, a mastery of your mind, of your thoughts. It could be a mastery of all of that coming together. So this really needs to fit for you subjectively. All right. But whatever this is, you will know because this is the energy currently taking place. So you're going to know what you're working on, right? And you're going to know what you're committed to. So let's see what you don't see coming. We've got the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a lot about you being empowered within your own desires and with your own energy, meaning you're going to be less influenced by outside energies that are coming in. You're basically very strong and stable in this desire. And for this particular instinct, in your skill set, in developing your skill. Let's see the higher knowledge associated with this. We've got the 10 of Jars. So there's a fulfillment, I'd say a deep fulfillment that is coming in with this skill set. And I think it's also this deep fulfillment and cycle coming to its conclusion almost. Interesting to say that because it's like this mastery has to come to its conclusion. Once it comes to its conclusion, it feels like you're going to be implementing something else. But whatever that something else is, it feels like it's incredibly fulfilling for you. Let's see what the key is to this mastery. Of course, you have the Emperor. The Emperor is the culmination of all of the kings. So with the Emperor energy coming out is the key to this mastery is staying very disciplined. The thing is, what you don't see coming is already supporting the fact that you're going to be able to stay disciplined, or at least at the very minimum, that you have the energy within you to have that discipline, have that. And when I say discipline, it's the discipline for your future. Understanding that these are means to an end. And even if you don't necessarily like the means, the ending is important because it develops a mastery for you that you are going to take with you into a different cycle or a different, I don't know, it feels like you're going to be taking it into a different area of life. Or perhaps just expanding on what you currently know of this mastery. But it's like, I don't know if you're going to take this mastery and teach with it, take this mastery and basically manifest your life with it. And it could be all of those things, really. Again, take this where you are currently at, but these are the energies around this. All right, let's see what more you need to learn about this mastery. We have the Ace of Swords. There's a truth that you need to learn about the mastery. I don't know what that is. The sword going through the crown is really drawing my attention. This feels like it has something to do with the crown chakra, which is the really openness, or the idea of kind of being open to the truth that comes in. So that's what I would say, because that's really the only thing that's making sense for me here. But do I resonate? I do resonate with that. Okay, so it seems like the more wisdom, so this is interesting, because it's like there is still something that you're staying disciplined to, which is the mastery of whatever this is. The thing that's going to enhance, or the thing that you need to learn more of, is staying open. Because this is how you master the thing that you're trying to master. I feel like it needs to be open to other ideas, open to different ways. Basically, any limitation or expectation, it's almost like it puts you in a box and then it shatters that bigger vision that you have, or like it cuts off that bigger vision you have. So it does seem like the key to this mastery is staying open. And I'm almost kind of feeling like open to failing, open to jump at it, to keep continuing and taking the knowledge out of every single time. What have you learned from it? That type of a deal. Like, what is the truth in the situation, so that you can master your skill even further? Let's see what the foundation this is setting for you. We have the 3 of Pentacles. It's a foundation of you sharing this with other people, bringing other people into this mastery. But it does seem as though you need to master it before your thought becomes, I want to share this with other people. There's this feeling I get right now, and I don't have cards on the table to understand that, or to reference it, I guess, if you will. But do have this feeling of, it's not about you forcing dealing with other people. It sounds like that doesn't feel accurate. It doesn't seem like the aligned thing is, oh, I mastered this, now I'm going to share it with people. I get this sense that people are going to see that you've mastered something, and they're going to ask you how you did it. And that is when you get to have this even exchange. Oh, there's value for what I've mastered. You know what? I would love to do that. Would you mind if we did an exchange? I'll teach you this, you teach me that, or I'll teach you this if you pay me that. This is where that exchange comes in, but it feels less like you are promoting it and more like people see this mastery. They've, tasted your cupcakes and are like, hey, can you make me a batch of those? It's like you wouldn't, I'm sure there actually are people, my mom's one of those people that they would, if you asked for something, they would cook it for you without even asking you a penny for what it costed them, not to mention the things that are or that are invaluable, like your time and energy. So yeah, foundation seems to be when you've mastered this, people are going to want to follow or wonder, and that's where you get to have this even exchange. What keeps you in alignment with this? The 3 of Swords. You have to keep seeing where your pain points are. So let's just use the energy on the card. I'm not saying this is you, but that you're trying to cook something, and every time you cook something, it doesn't turn out quite the way that you want it to turn out. Well, that's an indication for you that to learn more, right? If you let the story give you the heartache and you don't take the wisdom in those knives, like, yeah, you're right, that didn't taste good, maybe we can try putting less salt or more butter. I don't care, whatever the thing is. But the thing that's going to keep you in alignment is being very aware. See that lightning? Being very aware when you start telling yourself things that create heartache and don't allow you to take the wisdom, because understanding the situation happened. Like, that needs to be the mentality. I learned from this. You can feel the feels, but you don't let the feelings be the real. Like, just because you feel like a failure does not mean you are a failure. And there needs to be light and clarity around that particular fact. Let's see what resources you have available to you. We have the Princess of Jars. I feel like this is the resource of you being able to use whatever emotions are stirring to actually master your skill. So whatever emotion comes in, it actually somehow in some way allows you to master this skill. And this is, I mean, I don't know if you realize this or not, but that's what this is. Let's see the timing of this mastery. We have the Devil. And it's funny because this Devil has money pouring out of his hands. So it is like this attachment to the physical thing. And I think that's why my energy with this card wasn't you promoting yourself. It was actually people wanting the value. They see your value and they are wanting to get the value that you have. And I think the timing is when you're not attached to the money, but I would almost say attached to the connection of what you're doing. Actually, let's see what keeps you in connection. We have the Ten of Swords. What keeps you in connection is allowing those stories that are not true to end. Like, this isn't the way I want to express. This is the way I may have been doing things for years, but this isn't authentic to me anymore. It's not fulfilling. And you let it end. So the thing that's going to keep you with the mastery is allowing the beliefs and expressions of yourself that no longer fit with this mastery to continue. Let's see what's being revealed through this. We have the Five of Swords. Your sabotaging behaviors are being revealed to you through this mastery. So you're seeing, this is this blooming period of where you're going to see a lot of your sabotaging behaviors because you are trying to master this thing. And if you keep bringing these sabotaging patterns into the light, right? So we have the story we're telling ourselves, the pain point, and then we're like, yeah, we're done with that story, though. That's not the truth. We're ending it. It's done. And we are connected to the truth. Let's see what protects your mastery. And we have the Six of Pentacles. This is that energy that I was talking about with this, like, even exchange. Somebody saying something to you like, oh, would you mind teaching me that? And you really have to feel within yourself, not what you think you should get, but what would you actually feel fulfilled by, right? Because the higher knowledge is fulfillment. What would I actually feel fulfilled by? If somebody asked me to make them cupcakes, would I feel fulfilled asking for $20? Would I feel joyful making those? What if I asked for $40? What if they refused because they didn't want to pay the $40? It's kind of like, but you, with the Six of Pentacles, it's okay for the other person to be like, well, I don't value it that much. But it's just as okay for you to be like, that's okay, I do though, so this just isn't an aligned action. And this is part of the thing that keeps you, right? Because instead of you saying, oh, she doesn't think I'm worth this amount of money, the story becomes, this is not as valuable to her. It doesn't have anything to do with me, but this particular thing isn't as valuable to her as it is to me, and that's okay. We just aren't connecting on this. This is where that comes into play, where you feel like there is a balanced exchange. And it doesn't necessarily have to look like anything. It has to, the feeling I get from this is that it needs to feel balanced for you personally, because that is what keeps you in alignment with this. All right, if you felt very seen, very supported by this message. I ask that you reciprocate that support either through my Venmo and PayPal, which are located in the description, or in a free way, which is liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. I really, really appreciate your support. Until the next whisper, my friends.